I wasn't going to make a video about this. I thought it was too petty, too silly, and to be honest with you, I don't really care, but it's everywhere I look online and in the papers, if I have a quick scout at that. And I don't normally look at newspapers, but now that I'm doing these, I'm sort of aware of just chasing up stories and finding out what's going on in the world. On YouTube it popped up, and I don't have a television, so I can't watch the documentary anyway. Meghan and Harry, the new Netflix documentary. I mean, how much are they being paid? I've had conflicting stories of hundreds of thousands or several million or 100 million or whatever it is to tell their side of the story. Harry and Meghan, I don't care. I have absolutely no interest in your story. You walked away from the royal family and that's it. You went off to have your own life. And I have no problem with that. If you want to cut yourself off from the royals, if you want to cut yourself off from the society of the British people, that's fine with me. But let's not turn it all round and just whine and bicker and moan and groan about the hardships that you have. You don't know just how privileged you are. And I'm not interested. I dare say there are people interested out there. The Crown has a huge audience. I understand. I've not seen an episode of that. It doesn't interest me. I'd rather read a properly researched and well-written book about the royal family and their history if I wanted to see it, rather than some salacious documentary that is probably manipulated. You see, I know television, I've worked in television, and I know how everything is manipulated just from a small amount to a very large amount. So you should never believe what you hear and read in the paper and on screens. They walked away and they had everything. They had a nice life, but they turned it round and now they're moaning and they're whining and they're claiming all these bad things that have happened, that there's a campaign against Meghan and all of this. And I just can't help thinking, why? Why have you become so narcissistic? Can't you see that people don't like you as a result of this? Can't you see how privileged and how lucky and fortunate you are? You may not be, you know, the next in line to the throne, Harry, but you could be doing so much for your country, so much for your fellow citizens, instead of just looking at the navel and saying how terrible things are and how awful everybody's treated you. Well, if they have, why don't you grow a pair and just do your own thing or help people? I mean, instead of making a documentary about your own lives and how terrible things are, why don't you put your status, the fact that you are who you are, to good measure? Go and help people. There is a lot of people in dire needs at the moment. There's huge crisis all over the world. People are going to be struggling with their bills, their energy bills. They're going to be struggling with their health. They can't get a GP at the moment. Everything seems to be conspiring against ordinary people. Well, you could use your status as Duke and Duchess of Sussex. You still, I believe you still have the titles. You could be going around setting up charities, instigating things to help people, showing people how to heat their homes, how to save energy, how to keep warm. You could be helping set up a fleet of soup kitchens to help those people who really are dire and unable to buy food. You could be doing so much more than just moaning and groaning about how the so-called royal family has treated you. I just find it laughable. I believe in, and I did watch, I haven't seen the documentary. I'm not sure it's even released yet, but I've seen one of the trailers. I couldn't help it. And I just thought, you know, you're turning an opportunity away from you. You're making people dislike you more and more. And whatever happens in this documentary, I gather that there's a director who supposedly sympathetic to you, although you say nobody knows the truth. And then you say, but we know the truth. Well, either nobody knows the truth or you know the truth. It can't be both. So that seems a bit daft. You also say that it's terrible that there's a hierarchy in the royal family. Duh. Yes, I think there is a hierarchy in the royal family. Let me think. King, oh yeah, queen, yep, prince, yep, princesses, yep. Then there's all the courtiers, there's all the hangers-on, there's all of that. Of course there's a hierarchy. I mean, pick up a deck of cards, you'll see a king, a queen, a knave, and then all the suitors. Or have a game of chess. Surely you've had a game of chess and you've realised, oh yeah, there was a king, and then there was a queen, and then there were the bishops, and then there were the knights, and then the rooks and the pawns. Of course there's a hierarchy. That's how it's always been. It's not a surprise. You shouldn't be slightly miffed and go, well, there's a hierarchy. I don't want a hierarchy. You were born into such a privileged family. Now, I understand that with that comes a lot of difficulties. You do have the paparazzi, and yes, your mother, it could be argued, was effectively murdered by running away from the paparazzi at speed at that tunnel in Paris, and a terrible accident happened. And I know there are all these other theories about what happened, but let's not enter into any of that for the moment. And so you don't like the paparazzi because it's had, I don't know what, a mental problem with you being looked at and focused on. So you had the choice. You could have a quiet life and just disappear, and everybody was quite happy for you to do that. But it seems that you couldn't do that. It's like, no, I want to have a quiet life, but hello, I'm still here. Oh, and we were treated so badly. I don't understand. So in the end, I just think, for me, talking for me, I don't really care. I just don't care. The rest of us are getting on with our lives and battling against all the injustices and all the problems that are being flung at us from all the authorities and the elites and all the things. We've just gone through a pandemic, for goodness sake. We're going through a cost of living crisis. There's so many ridiculous things going on in the world, with the Netherlands shutting down 3,000 farms so that people are not going to be able to farm and make food. I don't know what is going on in the world, but something very sinister is weird going on. And there's all of that. And Harry and Meghan could be doing so much good, but they choose not to. To me, it's barking, and I don't blinking care.